Well, that was our second episode of Cold as Balls. Thank you guys for watching.
That's the channel name.
Cold as that was.
What are you doing?
That was Kevin Hart. I'm sorry.
This whole last part is getting cut.
You guys all get.
What's the problem, Devin?
I don't trust nothing.
Oh, Jesus. Trust issues.
God. We're starting this again. I can do a
Yeah.
hat trick.
Anyways, we're back. We're back here on the Cold Hard Truth for round 2. Like any true champs are. And today we're going to be talking about something that is not always within our control, but we always strive to do our best with: trust.
Yes. What is trust?
Dude, I don't have a dictionary or nothing.
Well,
I mean,
screen. Text. Right there. Somewhere.
no,
But
seriously,
that's the definition of trust. And we're going to be
What is
discussing this through pretty much our point of view. So, Brian, Devin,
Yep.
we left you guys off with communication, right? For our first video.
Yeah.
And well, obviously communication is number one, right? And not just a relationship. A lot of people think, oh, it's just been boyfriend and girlfriend. No,
Is it though?
no.
Is
It's
it
in your
though?
family. You have to trust your friends.
Do you though?
You have to communicate with your friends, right? You have to trust and communicate with your family members. Sometimes your girl or your guy or whatever. If you're
Or
dating.
whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. If you're all like, friends with benefits, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool.
Or,
But
or if you choose to date a genderless animal.
yeah, or if you have 55 different genders, you can definitely
And
do
you
that
just
too.
can't choose.
You just can't choose. You
I
just
feel like
control.
people who like, if people believe that there are like 55 different genders or whatever, I feel like these people will be horrible family people.
They would be
think about it this way: if they can't decide on what they are, can you imagine going to a restaurant with one of these people? Give them a menu with literally like 65 different things on the menu. They don't know what they want because each gender is gonna want something different.
Yeah.
So they have to choose a gender before they even choose. You know what? We're getting way off topic.
We're getting way outside.
Everybody loves controversial humor. But anyways, you know what people would love a lot more if it existed a lot more in this world?
What?
Trust. Trust.
We don't trust these but I trust my friends.
Excuse this guy. He's from Baltimore.
I'm not for Baltimore.
You got
I'm a
Baltimore
descendant
blood.
from Baltimore. I grew up in Fredericksburg, Virginia. It's the hardest, toughest neighborhood out there.
It's still the
Compton ain't got nothing on
no.
Fredericksburg. It's so white over there.
What are you talking about?
Fredericksburg is so white.
What
It's
are
in
you talking
Virginia.
about?
It's so white.
What are you talking about?
You said I'm from Baltimore. I'm a descendant from
Okay,
Baltimore,
yeah,
Maryland.
seriously.
My grandparents are from there, but I am from Virginia. I crossed the border without my green card. But I still kept my black card. No. Trust. So trust. You gotta trust your friends and all that other stuff, your girlfriend, boyfriend, parents, whatnot. But the reason why trust is second to communication, because if you can't open a dialogue with somebody, then obviously it's not gonna work. But behind that dialogue also becomes something that you hold near and dear, which is your emotions, your feelings, all the stuff that you have with this one person. Because some things you tell one person, you may not tell another person. That's where the trust comes in, because that third party, everyone has those people that always whisper in their ears in a relationship, or your family, like, your grandma at the barbecue is like, I can't believe this boy, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, Grandma, I'm trying to make my life.
You made that so unbelievably black. Your grandmama at the barbecue going, ciao.
Ciao. Yeah, because your grandma don't trust you, but your mama does, right? Your mama and your dad is, they set up the barbecue, brought the family together, and then all of a sudden you guys all get all political. Y'all don't really like each other like that. And that's, again, communication, and then second is trust. If you don't trust your own family, then what can you trust? You know what I'm saying? Like who's gonna be in your corner? Like I said, trust is a two-way thing. It's not a one-way. It's not a one-way street. You have to have a two-way street. You know why? Because guess what? You trust them with some things that you say to that person, and they trust some things that you say back to them. Because guess what? Some things you tell that person, as I said before, you're not gonna tell your mom, your dad, your other friends, hell, even your girlfriend at some points, right? But in a relationship, it's a little different because you want to tell your girlfriend or your boyfriend everything, or your husband and wife everything, but the reality is, y'all got skeletons in the closet.
I think everybody does.
Everyone, I mean, you and I both do. Everyone does, but again, that's where trust comes. You can communicate all you want, but if you can't trust that person because you feel like they're cheating or you feel like they're,
I feel like
different,
I feel like if we just for a second,
Yeah.
obviously trust is something that goes far beyond just relationship, like somebody's personal relationship. But I think if we use one example that I think everybody can identify with, whether you are a guy dating a girl or a girl dating a guy, I think when you're in a new relationship with somebody and you're looking to build that trust, let's use an example of saying one thing and it leading to something else. So what I mean by that is, now obviously at some point when you finally do trust the person that you're with, whether it's a guy or a girl or whatever, when you finally trust the person that you're with, if you really do trust them, you may worry about them, but as for their integrity when you're not around, you'll never have to question it if you truly trust somebody. But I think that when you're like talking to your girlfriend or boyfriend and you're not hanging out one night, but one of you stays in wherever you are and the other one decides to go out, this can be a very minor thing. Say, you're going out to movies or you're going out to eat with your buddies or whatever, and you tell your girl that that's probably all that you're actually going to do. Or like you tell her what the plans for the evening are, and if she wants to go, then you try to invite her. But if it's just like bro time or girl time or whatever, you usually you just go and do that. And if the person you're with is cool, then they'll be cool with that. On the other hand, when you're led to believe that you know exactly what's going on, and then you either stop hearing from that person or they wind up in some place that really makes no sense why they're actually there. Say your girlfriend tells you that she's going out to the movies and dinner and maybe drinks with her friends or whatever, and then she's going to be home or whatever, and that's what she leads you to believe. You don't hear from her, or you hear something like, oh, they decide to go to somebody's party, or whatever. It's now that person has the freedom to do whatever they want to do. That's true.
But you should at least
let's just be honest, people. When it comes to trust, I believe that if you really want your other's trust and you really don't want to compromise that, sometimes it may mean sacrificing having fun. And it's like for just specific instances, you don't have to do it, but just make the right decisions. If you know you're going to a party where there's going to be drinking and there's going to be other people, just be smart. It's not worth, even if it is a mistake, even if if you end up getting drunk or whatever, making that mistake is not worth, or getting drunk is not worth making that mistake over. Maybe I have that.
Or losing,
backwards. Seriously.
It's like it's not worth losing
because
somebody.
Then, once that mistake happens, or you do something to compromise that trust, if it's something that really hurts the other person, it's gone, and it's super hard to get back. People may say at some point, they trust you again. Let's be honest, deep down inside, they may trust you with some things, but it won't be the same until you've earned it back. Yeah.
It's not just relationships. It could be anything. Like, like maybe
You have like a friend depending on you.
Yeah, it's a good friend. Like, if you have a friend that
Seriously.
is willing to come get you, say if you're too drunk or whatever,
Yeah.
you have a friend that's willing to come pick you up and you tell them the time and everything like that.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, an hour later, you're by yourself, drunk in a parking lot somewhere with a dog pissing on you
Yeah.
and a homeless man trying to feed you. Excuse my language, but you expect your friend to be there for you. Like I said, once you lose that trust, it is so hard to get it back because trust only happens one time. You only got one chance, one opportunity.
One chance to have like true, unblemished, uncompromised trust.
Correct. Because like I said, you lose it. I mean, all of that, all of the goodness, the best intentions you have after that, especially in a relationship. Friendship is different because you're not living with your friend. I mean, you may be your roommate or something, but you're not sharing the same bed with your male friend or your female best friend.
Right, and if you make like and if you say
it's not a commitment.
Oh, if your roommate or friend or whatever like asked you to do them a favor, if you can't do it, don't commit to it.
Yeah,
like,
just be like, bro, I can't do it, man.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't care.
Sure
But they say, oh, don't hurt my feelings. Who cares if you hurt my feelings? I'd rather you be honest with me and not lose my trust than you lying to me and then lose my trust. And then all of a
if
sudden,
they tell you to pick them up from the bar or whatever,
Yeah.
and you tell them that you're going to do it, probably make sure that you're going to do that because then, especially in that instance, that can always lead to jeopardizing their safety.
Exactly.
That will, they can say they're not mad about it. Trust me, they'll be.
And the thing is, some people don't think beyond it. Some people think, oh man, I'm trying to smash this one girl. I can't pick him up from the bar. Oh, he'll be fine. Okay, what happens if your friend end up getting robbed? Or worse, what happens if your friend end up getting killed?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, are you going to go to bed be like, man, I can't believe I could have saved my friend's life, or man, I could have saved my friend from being robbed. You know what I'm saying? But people don't think about the worst case scenarios. See, for me, unfortunately, I'm not an optimistic person. I'm a pessimistic person, so I think the worst. You know what I'm saying? That's why people trust me a lot, because I think about their safety. That's why Brian trusts me a lot, because I think about his safety and just friendship in general. But if you want to have an actual relationship with your girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever, you need to actually have trust. And if you to be there for that person, no matter. That's why we have marriage, right? Marriage is about, I'll be with you no matter, sick or poor. You know what I'm saying? Through, tough times or great times, I'm still going to be there. That's why marriage is so powerful, man. And it's sad because a lot of MGTOW people, if you don't know what MGTOW is men going their own way. Kind of versus the feminists, really. It's kind of like very political. I'm not going to get into all the details. Y'all can do your own research. But, from my point of view, how I look at that as marriage is dying because of those two factions. People are not getting married. People don't trust each other no more. Yes, communication is important, but if you're going to have communication, you need to have trust right behind there. And I see those two factions really splitting the American culture, especially through my eyes, because I know a lot of women that are feminist. I know a lot of men that are MGTOW, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's a crumbling infrastructure. It's like a double-edged sword, no one, it's either you're a woman hater or you're a man hater. You know what I'm saying? It's like I see a gender gap, legit. I'm not talking about the pay gap. I'm talking about when it comes to social structures, when it comes to marriage, I see a gap between there. And more people are hooking up now versus dating. People are doing more one-night stands or friends with benefits than they are actually dating, actually trusting each other to date and getting married, building a family and stuff. That's why family values are in the garbage. That's why people are not getting married. That's why you wonder why this kid ends up, crazy or in jail or on drugs or whatever the case may be.
Sad,
it is a sad reality.
It's just sad.
This is the cold hard truth.
It's true.
It's facts.
That's what we call it. That's exactly why we call the channel that.
Yeah,
Cold
man.
hard truth.
But no, I just want everyone to understand what Brian was saying. What he said was very important. I mean, when you lose that trust, it is so hard to come and find that.
The bottom line with trust is that now, given nobody who lives on this earth is like 100% perfect. You may make mistakes, and you know what? You may lose that trust. You may, for whatever reason, you may make a mistake. There are mistakes that you can avoid
Mhm.
There are mistakes that you can 100% avoid.
Mhm.
But sometimes, we're imperfect people. There are mistakes that you just can't avoid. Or there are times when you just can't be there for somebody as much as you may want to.
Yeah.
The bottom line is that it's two things. One, if at all possible, never compromise the original trust that you have, because nothing is better than that. Nothing is better than being able to feel that 100% guarantee that you can absolutely trust the person that you're with. But I think the most important rule number 2 of that is that if you do make a mistake, don't make it. If you do make a stupid mistake, don't make another one.
Yeah.
Don't
And-
make another one.
Yeah, number 2 is
That's
important.
just gonna-
Number 2 is important.
Like,
I gotta stop
yeah.
you right there because number 2 is so important because I see people repeating the same process
Seriously,
over and
just don't
over
repeat
again.
the mistake.
I mean, don't make promises you can't keep.
Yeah,
Don't do it. Why?
seriously.
Trust me. Next week I'm gonna fly out. I'm gonna see you. Next week comes. Oh, don't worry about that. I work was busy. Blah 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 blah. I'll come out and see you next weekend, and then the next weekend, and then the next, and the next,
Don't
and then
make promises that you can't keep.
yeah, man. Cause I knew when I was younger, my dad used to do that crap to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's
You
man.
lived a real Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
I was the bro. Look how
Didn't you? That's literally like what like.
That is
given
Fresh
that's
Prince.
Given that's a show, but that is literally how, like,
Mhm.
that guy's relationship with his dad was. Like,
Yeah.
it was the exact same thing.
Man, and it's sad because it's a lot of people call it. They want to be specific. They want to call it that's the black father mentality or the black father syndrome. But in reality, it's not really black. It's the
It's
fatherhood
just- yeah.
syndrome.
Yeah.
That's a fatherhood syndrome, man. That's just how it is.
And
but-
I can now obviously. I mean, thank God I didn't have to live that life.
You're
I'm
grateful.
very lucky.
Yes.
My father,
very lucky for that.
my father, he, there were definitely times where I wish, he would have like been there. He was there, like he was definitely there, but there were just times when there were just like moments where I really wish he would have been there and he wasn't. But I understood why. Like I was made fully aware of
You had a
why.
reason.
Right, seriously.
Yeah,
I
some
mean,
people
the
don't
guy
even have
was-
a reason.
The guy was military, and I mean, as I've grown up and I've matured and I've come to like really like I love America. Love your country. And Givens, I haven't put my life out there like he did, but when I realize what it's like to really love your country and love everything that it stands for, and I know that that's why my dad was out doing the things that he did, I couldn't be more proud. And it makes all those, even those missed times, absolutely worth it. Because I understand it.
Yeah.
It's completely different than Devin's situation. I mean,
My dad
It's-
was in the military too. He
right?
served,
No, but I mean,
he
like,
served
from the.
I know
I mean,
from
like,
my
the-
perspective, yeah,
right,
from
from the father perspective.
fatherhood perspective. or
No,
the
I know
father
my
syndrome.
dad would have been there if he could. But
Yeah.
he was just, he was just out there fighting the bad guys,
Yeah.
and somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching the Cold Hard Truth. This is our second episode. Please leave a like. Please subscribe to the channel.
And if you're a hater, say something in the comments section. Yeah.
we got rid of the matches.
we
We got
love-
rid of the match.
Dude, God, we got no haters. We got no comments.
We got
but
no
also
comments, but
we got no comments, but we also got no haters.
exactly. So that means we
That's-
don't even want to
that's-
hear from you.
That's interesting.
So
no, we do. I want to see the hate mail. I want to see it.
You want to see the hate mail?
Well, yeah, because all we do is laugh.
We're here.
All right.
You can.
All right. Peace out, guys.